We have a week of severe weather ahead of us. I'm going to take the time as well to break down why there's so much forecast uncertainty, particularly surrounding what's going to be happening next week in tropical Queensland, potentially a very significant event. For the start of the week, we're continuing to see a tropical low impact the Pilbara region, bringing flooding rainfall and a flood watch out for that area, and a trough associated with it, bringing showers and storms to the interior. Showers and storminess will clear from the east as high pressure builds from about Friday across Victoria and New South Wales, but heavy showers and storms are likely for the Queensland coastline, with the potential threat of a deepening tropical low developing over the weekend and into the start of the working week. Sometime next week, there are also indications of one of the strongest cold fronts to hit the southeast in some time. It'll be driving a hot day ahead of it before we see a very gusty southwesterly change. A lot happening, so let's first break it down with what's happening in the southeast. Showers and thunderstorms widespread across New South Wales on both Monday and Tuesday and into Wednesday. We continue to see very strong storms, and in Thursday, we're going to see stabilizing influence of a southerly wind direction. That cools the atmosphere on and east of the Great Dividing Range, but we can still see the presence of thunderstorm activity just to the west of the Canberra area, at least picked up by this model. Showers and storms could also trigger right along that change line, affecting northeast parts of New South Wales. Meantime, as we zoom out further, we can see that heavy rainfall will continue for the Queensland coast, where isolated totals are likely to exceed 100 millimeters in under 24 hours. We've seen this already over the last 2 days, and it is likely to continue for an area roughly between Mackay to Bundaberg, although the area migrates north and south each day. Flash flooding is almost guaranteed in this setup. As we go into Friday as well, we can also see showers and storms may continue for the southeast inland of New South Wales, but dry conditions are enveloping Victoria, South Australia, and the inland of Queensland. Let's take a look a little bit further ahead and spot out something I just wanted to point out here. That low moving away from the coastline. Showers and storms may continue for northeast New South Wales, but high pressure will really drive them away from the coast. So let's go up to what's happening over the northeast tropics. This is a forecast, and it's based on one weather model known as ECMWF, or European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. It's just an acronym. 6 p.m. Friday, they have a tropical low that is developed in the Coral Sea. Again, this is model output, and this is what we gauge our forecasts on. Let's go over to another model and see what's going on there. This is another widely used model known as GFS, or Global Forecast System. At 6 p.m. on the exact same day, there is basically no tropical low, or a very weak one. Because of that, it's very difficult to tell if we will or will not have a cyclone located off the Queensland waters developing over the weekend. However, it is a fairly moderate risk at this point. An earlier bomb release on this had this exact line. While conditions are expected to become more favorable for cyclone development later this week, vast disagreement between models is evident. This is why forecasting cyclones is so difficult, because there's so much dynamics happening in such a small area. Now, we'll keep our eyes in this region of the Coral Sea because this has the potential to become quite a significant weather system. Over the next 4 days, this is the rainfall we're expecting. Clearing from much of the southeast, you can see here, much of this precipitation falling by Friday. And then into Queensland, this is what's going to be falling over the next 4 days, fairly evenly distributed. The area of rain migrating further and further north to Cairns, where in fact over the weekend we could see daily totals reach over 100 millimeters, again dependent on the development of that tropical low system. Speaking of tropical lows, there's one currently located offshore of the Pilbara region, and it's bringing heavy rainfall to places like Port Hedland and Karratha, with flood watches out for the Pilbara region because this place has gotten absolutely saturated this wet season. Showers and storms look to continue with that tropical low, and it doesn't look like it's going to become a cyclone, before making landfall sometime on Thursday or perhaps even Friday. The impacts will then begin diminishing and into the weekend.